As Alec and Gid were collecting evidence on their own, the activity in the kitchen was starting to pick up.
Why don't you try rocking this chair for me?
Just as I asked somebody to try and rock the chair, an orb shot around my left side, straight into the chair, where it disappeared.
Why don't you try rocking this chair for me?
With no further responses coming from the piano room, we decided to pick up and head over to the carriage house. Meanwhile, back in the kitchen, our stationary Z-cam we left rolling captured some of the most baffling orb footage that still has the creeps in awe. Keep your eyes on the right side of the screen and watch as something comes from the window. Before leaving for the night, we decided to leave one of our voice recorders rolling while we were packing up. It was a good thing we did, because we received one more message from a familiar voice we had heard earlier. While Mary, Dave, Alec, and Gid were grouped together in the center of the dungeon, I was down one of the hallways listening for any strange activity. Just then, my camera's audio picked up an eerie whisper that didn't sound like anyone else's voice. Here's the enhanced audio. Could this have been an unknown force drawing my attention to the left?
We pick up where we left off in the crawl space, and after further analysis of our digital voice recorders, we detected a distinct warning while we were preparing to enter this passage to the past. As you have already seen in Part 3, and you will see in Part 4, the creeps do not acknowledge this warning.
There is a door, she was right. Kind of spooky, huh?
A little bit.
There is a door, she was right.
See one of these candlesticks on the table here? Try and push one of them or move one of them. Are they too heavy?
Just then, a voice was picked up on my camcorder. A stern message was given that Alec, Gid, and myself did not hear.
Are they too heavy? Maybe. Are they too heavy? Maybe.
Make a really big noise.
Just then, our camera's audio picked up a staticky voice that no one else in the room had heard.
There's a lot of stuff down here to move. You stairs like a freak. When you walk in, it sounds like someone right behind you.
I know.
Was it nice?
What was that noise?
Just as Alec and I reached the top level of the Limp Mansion, we both heard at the same time what sounded like someone crying. Here's the enhanced audio.
Was it nice?
What was that noise? Ooh, man.
That was that was nuts. It did come from down there, but
My ear's tingling on that one.
dude, this place plays mind games with you.
Meanwhile, in the gas chamber, Danny, Nick, Alec, Gid, and myself were about to begin our EVP sessions. I remained in the gas chamber by myself while Danny exits and leaves the door ajar. Though I didn't hear it at the time, my camera's audio is about to pick up a very unique voice. Why am I sitting in here? In the gas chamber chair. What madness drove me here? Right after I ask what madness drove me here, my camera's audio picked up what sounds like a female whisper. Keep in mind, there are no females present at the gas chamber at this time. Here's the enhanced audio. What madness drove me here? What madness drove me here? What madness drove me here? I probably shouldn't breathe too deep. It's a bad idea. Could that have been the voice of Bonnie Hetty, who was executed at the same time with her lover, Carl Hall?
That's weird.
In our last episode, we left off with a strange event that left us baffled. A cabinet door opens up by itself as soon as Alec turns around to leave the kitchen. Alec and Gid try several scenarios to coax the door into opening again, but were unsuccessful.
You sit back and have a thing over there.
Yeah, just pop it.
Can you turn the video camera back on, please? I appreciate some footage. I wouldn't mind having have it back on. Whoa!
I heard that.
Huh?
I heard that.
You heard me say I wouldn't mind having it on.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it go.
What?
It turned it back on, like it clicked.
I totally flipped it off.
You totally turned it off?
It should not have power.
Hold on. You want me to ask it again? It clicked. It went through.
I heard him.
It's set to off.
It's off?
That's where I left it.
It is set off?
That's where I said, I even got it on my camera. I said, alright,
There's an orb floating around.
tired of playing games.
There's an orb floating.
No way. That's off?
Yeah. And
It came on.
Are you...
Earlier, we mentioned that we left one of our stationary cameras rolling at the entrance of the John Warnell house. We were hoping to catch a glimpse of the soldier that walks the staircase. However, we caught something else instead. Something that we didn't expect. Shortly after we left the main house to investigate the carriage house for a second time, our camera caught something Kate, our host, had mentioned earlier.
The door on the back porch, we were in the middle of an investigation in the main house, and we just kept hearing this metallic jiggle, metallic movement or whatever, and then about 5 minutes later the back door completely opens up on its own.
Here, you can clearly see myself walk out the door first, followed by Alec, then by Gideon. As you can see, Gid clearly shuts the door behind him. And approximately 33 seconds after Gideon closes the door, listen and watch what happens next. And we were nowhere near that door at this time.